At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Slade's the place for you!
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, Today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good morning and welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. A Class 4A championship slot will be filled today, and it's all happening here on the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company. Dar, we got a good one today. It's the North Scott Lady Lancers at 31-5 taking on the Carlisle Wildcats. Two teams that were not favored in the beginning.
Two lower seeds who got by in close ball games. Carlisle had to come back to win. North Scott got 2 runs and held on for dear life and won that one. So a couple of teams, I don't want to say Cinderella, but they pulled the upsets in an early round, and now, it should be a pretty even game when you look at it.
Take a look how both these two teams got here in the first place, and like Dar said, Carlisle takes down the 2 seed Dallas Center Grimes in a shocker, an 8-6 game. Both of them similar records, but DCG had just played the better schedule. Kalia Freeman, 3 of 4, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and the Wildcats are on here to a chance to go to the state championship game. And then North Scott beat a very good Norwalk team 2-0. Chevelle Kinsley, complete game shutout, 3 hits allowed, 4K is going to be watching her today. She's going to be a blast to watch. The winner of this game will face the winner of ADM and North Polk, and a little bit of history that is kind of on the line here for both Carlisle, ADM, and North Polk. It's kind of funny because history will continue as a Raccoon River Conference team has made the state title game in both 3A, 4A, 5A, whatever, every single year dating back to 2013. Guess what? That streak gets to continue. So yet another year that will continue with either ADM or North Polk in there. Carlisle would love to make it because they'd have a familiar foe. And you got to think North Scott lost last year in the state championship game. They've been thinking about revenge all year long.
Yeah, and sometimes you think about that, and as you know, it's easy. Getting here isn't easy, so doing it again and again isn't either. But right now, both are just going to focus on winning this and get to the title game and then see what happens.
These two teams have met 3 times since 2019, and they've all been here at the state tournament. North Scott has won the last 2. Carlisle won 1-0 in 2019. So expect to see a fun one today. Any other thoughts you got coming into this one? You got a Carlisle team that gives up quite a few runs a game, at least recently, and a North Scott team that likes to keep it pinned down.
Yeah, North Scott, they got their 2 runs in the first inning and then didn't get any more, and that was enough to win. They left 5 on base in that game, so it's a matter of taking advantage of your chances here today. And Carlisle, he's not afraid to move pitchers around. If you try to find the one, I don't know if they used like 5 of them in the first matchup, so that'll be interesting too. Whereas North Scott's Kingsley went the entire game.
Yeah, and it's just kind of the way that Coach Flaws likes to do things, but the Lady Lancers are hungry to make it back to the state title game, fell short to Winterset. We will take a quick break, and we will be back for your lineups. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network powered by Mid-American Energy Company.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
5, Claire Benson. 28, Chloe Rowling. 32, Anaya Oates. Number 33, Frankie Neer. Number 43, Mira Heidemann. Number 45, Morgan Wilson. Number 50, Mallory Stutzman. Number 55, Marcel Nolte. Batting second, the senior, the second baseman, number 81, Addie Aguilar. Batting third, the senior, the DP, number 46, Amber Doherty. Batting fourth, the senior, the catcher, number 16, Delaney Thompson. Batting fifth, the junior, the pitcher, number 37, Logan Brown. Batting sixth, the senior, the third baseman, number 20, Kalia Freeman. Batting seventh, the junior, the shortstop, number 8, Natalie Ramsey. Batting eighth, the senior, the left fielder, number 42, Harley Brower. Batting ninth, the senior, the center fielder, number 27, Evan Johnson Mears. And the flex player this morning, a senior, playing first base, number 3, Addie Abel. Head coach for Carlisle is Jim Laws. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches. The home team on the board, North Scott. Number 2, Maya Oak. Number 5, Natalie Willis. Number 9, Riley Toohey. Number 11, Brindley Schroeder. Number 12, Riley Daniels. Number 14, Cameron Jones. Number 17, Tinley Osterberg. Number 20, Adeline Johnson. Assistant coaches, Hallie Eller, Heather Rickard, Katie Garrett, and Rachel Anderson. Now let's meet the starters for North Scott. Leading off, a senior, the shortstop, number 18, Sydney Scarrett. Batting second, a sophomore, the DP, number 10, Katie Brader. Batting third, a freshman, the first baseman, number 8, Aliana Nelson. Batting fourth, an eighth grader, the third baseman, number 24, Lainey Wells. Batting fifth, a junior, the pitcher, number 6, Chevelle Kingsley. Batting sixth, a senior, second baseman, number 4, McKinley Dewey. Batting seventh, a sophomore, the catcher, number 3, Aubrey Dewey. Batting eighth, a sophomore, the right fielder, number 22, Anna Campbell. Batting ninth, a freshman, center fielder, number 1, Kamila Eller. And the flex player this morning, a junior playing left field, number 7, Jada Nyberg. Head coach for the Lancers, Molly Holting. Ladies and gentlemen, our umpires for this morning's contest. At first base, Todd Donald. At third base, Ron Taylor. And calling the ball to strike, Brian Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to play state tournament softball.
Alrighty, we are set to go. You are watching the 2024 Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau as sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character and strong work ethic and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. Alrighty, North Scott and Carlisle ready to get going here. A chance to advance on to the Class 4A championship game. They will await the winner of North Polk and ADM. So 2 Raccoon River teams, 3 out of the 4 left are from the Raccoon River Conference. No surprise there. And in the circle today for North Scott, they are going with their top ace, the one that has helped them through, Chevelle Kingsley. One of the best pitchers in the state here in Class 4A, and she had a great one earlier. A complete game shutout, 4 strikeouts, 1 walk, only gave up 3 hits. She's going to be the one that the Lady Lancers lean on here.
Yeah, only 3 hits, no runs
Yep.
in that one. So she's, in softball, you can come back and go with your ace all the time. It helps if you have somebody in case there's a struggle or you get tired, but that's the way we see it in girls softball.
Kingsley, a 13-4 record coming into the state tournament. 1.30 ERA, 92 strikeouts. She is going to be a fun one to watch. North Scott, gray tops and the striped white bottoms. Carlisle all white with the red striping. As we will get set to go here for this Class 4A semifinal.
A little bit of breeze across the diamond here from the right side to the left. We don't know if that'll impact things at all, but it feels pretty good. It's nice to have to start out today.
Allie Nolte up to bat here first for Carlisle and the Wildcats. 1 hit on her first day of competition here at the state tournament in the win over Dallas Center Grimes. And we are off and running in this Class 4A semifinal. That one goes outside for ball number 1. Nolte, a .398 hitter, 26 RBIs coming into the state tournament, 5 home runs. This is a Carlisle team that's hit 10, so she's got half of those. Kingsley, 1-0 pitch by North Scott is in there for strike 1. This is a Carlisle team that played in the longest Class 4A game ever, 2 hours and 32 minutes. That is the record for the longest 4A game ever played here at the state tournament in regulation. No extra innings or anything, as that one is fouled back to the net. You'll see the classic Coach Flaw's coached routine as each player that hits a foul ball goes and runs to first base and comes right back. That has been a Coach Flaw's staple for a long time.
And that goes back to somebody didn't want to run out?
Yeah, it was a play that was not run out. It was a foul ball that wasn't a foul ball. And ever since then, the rest is history. Nolte gives that thing a ride to left field. And North Scott is underneath of it out for out number 1. That's the left fielder, number 7, Jada Nieber, excuse me. And that's out for out number 1. Addison Eganor will step into the box here for Carlisle. Wildcats would much prefer to get out early and ahead, unlike the game against Dallas Center Grimes. They trailed most of that game.
Trailed, yeah, and then had to come back.
Kingsley, that one right down the middle. Bunt is pulled back by Eganor.
She was 2 for 5 with 2 runs scored in that quarterfinal.
Sets back in here, trying to get the offense moving here. 0-1 pitch by Kingsley. That one's given a ride to right field. And North Scott is underneath of it in time for out number 2. That's number 22 out there. Anna Campbell, the sophomore, making the play for the Lady Lancers. And that's 2 quick outs down. But, Dar, you always like it when you're at least getting metal on the ball.
Yeah, you're getting
there.
contact and you're getting the ball, good solid hits. Because then eventually, second time around, you might hit the holes.
Number 46, Amber Doherty, the senior, up to bat. She's a slap hitter. She'll foul that one back into the net. Amber, 20 RBIs this season coming into the state tournament. 2 at-bats, 2 hits. I say that's pretty good for her in the first round.
Yeah, by my math, that's what, 1,000?
Yeah, I'll get up there.
I can figure that one out.
Doherty settles back in here. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs and nobody on the base paths. Here for Carlisle. As Kingsley catches the corner, and that's down for strike 2.
Infield will play that slap hitter in just a little bit. Trying to cut it off.
And the third baseman pulling in just a little bit. Lainey Welsh. 0-2 pitch. That one slapped right to Kingsley. Kingsley will toss it underhand over to the first baseman. And that is 3 up, 3 down by the Lady Lancer defense. Nobody left on, no scores. We'll see you in the bottom of the first. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fans, level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Bottom of the first inning here, Carlisle and North Scott. Your Class 4A semifinals. In the circle today, Addison Abel, 16-6 record, 24 starts coming into the tournament, 145 strikeouts on 1.78 ERA. Lightning has struck just to the west of the stadium. Dar had mentioned that the clouds were looming off to the west of us, and we have just been put in a lightning delay. We had gotten lucky all tournament long for the first 2 days, but today I'm telling you there is one storm system here in northern Iowa, and it's going to hit us, and unfortunately lightning got to us first. So now we are in a 30-minute lightning delay, and unfortunately how this works is every time there is a lightning strike, the clock has to reset to 30 minutes. So
yeah, and what is the distance? It's got to be within, what,
8 miles. I think 8 miles is the distance. So unfortunately, lightning has been detected in 8 miles distance. They're sending all the fans to the...
And that noise you hear is not thunder.
No,
that's
that
the
is...
fans heading out of the bleachers here. You can hear from our crowd, Mike.
This Class 4A semifinal and the Class 5A semifinal over on the other field has been put to a halt as we are going to go to a weather delay. We will step aside here. We'll still keep the stream on, but we're going to step aside, try to take cover here underneath the bleachers. We're going to cover up all our stuff out front, but we are in a lightning delay here for this Class 4A semifinal between Carlisle and North Scott. Headed to the bottom of the first inning. We will be back to give you updates as we can. Again, we are going to a lightning delay here in Fort Dodge between Carlisle and North Scott. We will be back on in a little bit time.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau.
And I'm Erin Gerlich, Executive Director of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Girls State Softball Tournament.
The Iowa Farm Bureau knows that strong, vibrant schools are the cornerstone of our communities. That's why we're proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union and this amazing state tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among our nation's best and brightest. And Iowa's farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to recognize both, all while supporting and lifting up the Iowa girl.
With the help of the Iowa Farm Bureau, we celebrate students' efforts not only on the field, but in the classroom as well. The Iowa Farm Bureau is committed to your success and supports our organization and the Iowa Girl. Through millions of dollars they provide in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here, getting set back going here after the lightning delay and rain delay started at 10:34 a.m. We are now getting things rolling. That was a pop-up and caught by the third baseman. Addison Abel is the pitcher. That was number 18 for North Scott. Sydney Scarich up to bat. And everything resets. Not really. It's just the bottom of the first inning here. Carlisle did not score in the top of the first, but team's got to kind of regroup, and after about an hour and a half rain delay.
Hour 23 minutes, we'll call it officially. Yeah, they re-warmed up.
Who is this up to bat? This is number 10, Katie Bretter.
She's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt in the quarterfinal.
She's a .220 hitter coming into this afternoon, and she sends that one on a line, and it's caught by the shortstop, or the second baseman, out for out number 2. Addison Eganor making the play. So 2 quick outs, and that will bring up number 8, Elena Nelson. Take a look at the replay, just a line drive to Eganor. So Nelson, the freshman, in the box, and that ball goes low and gets away for ball 1.
She was 0 for 2, but scored a run in the quarterfinal.
Both teams had to stayed in the dugout for the weather delay.
Yeah, they make the fans clear out because that's a danger sitting up high with the lightning.
1-0 pitch. That one is chopped down the left field line and foul. Carlisle stayed busy with karaoke, and North Scott stayed pretty quiet for the most part, just by our observations here back behind home plate during the rain delay. But it has moved out. A little cooler temperatures follow. We'll see how long that lasts, but should be cleared the rest of the day here at the state softball tournament. Abel's pitch upstairs. It'll go 2 balls and 1 strike here for Carlisle.
Yeah, we've been through about 4 years of drought.
Yeah.
And now turn around and rain, but we're lucky, not a real long delay.
Elena Nelson gives this thing a ride to shallow infield, and the second baseman Eganor gets underneath of it, and that's 3 up, 3 down. Nicely done by the Carlisle defense. We are headed to the top of the second. No score. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Delaney Thompson up to bat here for Carlisle here in the top of the second inning. Kingsley's pitch is in there for strike one. Both teams, after that quick rain delay, kind of got up around. They were able to warm up for just a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a little bit of a slow start again to kind of get back in the groove.
Kind of wake the bats back up. A one pitch to Thompson, and Kingsley right down the middle again. No balls and 2 strikes.
Thompson 0 for 3 in the quarterfinal. Did have an RBI.
Kingsley settles back in. 92 strikeouts this season coming into the tournament. 0-2 pitch, 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And first strikeout of the ballgame for Chevelle Kingsley. Logan Brown, the junior, will step up to bat here for Carlisle. She's been playing quite a bit ever since she's been a freshman. 26 RBIs this year, a .333 hitter. With the chance to get the offense rolling here for the Wildcats. First pitch just low for Kingsley.
1 for 4 with an RBI. We'll have to watch and see if the outfield's a little wet. The grass out there, if that drained out pretty quick. They had the tarp down on the infield, so.
Only worked on one little spot. Yeah, the tarp covered the entire infield, so no issues there. That one's low, 2 balls and no strikes. Got a couple wet patches that they've tried to rake out just from where the tarp couldn't cover, but.
Well, and some of it, ran down off the tarp, but otherwise not bad field positions.
Yeah, the field crew did a really nice job. 2-0 pitch to Brown. And that's low and make it 3-0. So good patience here by Logan Brown.
It seems like those batters out there aren't fluttering as much as they were when we started the game. The wind's died down a bit since the start of the ball game.
Wind's headed to left field, which will help Logan if she gets a chance here. 3-0 pitch. That one does catch the zone for strike 1 for Brown. Set back into the box here. A 3-1 count. See if she gets the green light here or not to take a swing at it. Kingsley's 3-1 pitch is on the way, and that's right down Main Street for strike number 2, and the count will run full here. Logan Brown back in. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, nobody on here for the Wildcats in the bottom of the second. And that one goes low. Really good patience by Logan Brown. Didn't even swing the bat.
Now, she battled back there, and as you said, she didn't bite on those low pitches.
No. Aaliyah Freeman will step into the box here for the Wildcats. Aaliyah, a senior, .364 hitter.
Yeah, 3 for 4. 3 RBI, a double, 2 runs scored. She had a pretty good day at the plate in the quarterfinal.
I believe Olivia Freeman has gone on to run on first base for Logan Brown. So Kalia Freeman now up to bat. 2 homers this year, 22 RBIs coming into the state tournament.
The IMT insurance substitution, right?
Yep. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. All substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. No balls, 1 strike here. Runner goes. Throw up to second base. Not in time. And Freeman with the successful stolen base.
She had that easily in there. It wasn't a bad throw, but she got a good break.
Yeah, she did. The catcher, Nelson, here for, or excuse me, who is the catcher here for North Scott? Is it Nelson?
North Scott is Tui. Aubrey Tui.
Aubrey Tui is the catcher. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled down the left field line, and it will quickly go to 1 ball and 2 strikes here with just 1 out. As Kalia will come back and set back in. Played and started in all 43 games this year for the Carlisle Wildcats. Carlisle out of the Raccoon River Conference. 3 of the 4 teams in the Final Four for Class 4A come from the Raccoon River. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Runner will stay on second base now with 2 outs. As Kingsley's got her second strikeout of the ball game, and Natalie Ramsey, the junior, will get a chance to bat here with a runner on second and 2 outs.
She went 1 for 4 in the quarters.
Runner on second here. Can Ramsey bring around her teammate? Bunt is laid. Throw to third. And just barely safe. The ball went wide, so Freeman thought maybe she could round it for a chance to go home. She would have been home. It was a heck of a recovery by the shortstop.
Yeah, she was a little late coming over to cover, and then the runner almost went off the base.
Coach Flaws kind of laughed about it, takes a sigh of relief. So a runner on third here for Natalie Ramsey up to bat. No balls and 1 strike. Ramsey fouls that one back toward the dugout on this near side, and it will go down for strike 2 as the Lady Lancers trying to get out of this half inning here. It was a quick first half inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Kingsley setting it up for Ramsey. 0-2 pitch on the way, and that one is sent deep to right field, but foul down the right field line.
Came outside on her, that 0-2. Just a little late.
No balls, 2 strikes here for Ramsey. .352 hitter. 37 hits this year, looking for 38. Waited on that one, chopped short, caught by the third baseman, throw on to first. Is in time for out number 3. 1 left on base, nobody scores. We're headed to the bottom of the second. North Scott and Carlisle tied at 0. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slady's the place for you!
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker-Dar Danielson with you here as North Scott here in the bottom of the second, stepping up to bat here. Lainey Welsh, the 8th grader, up to bat here for the Lady Lancers. Addison Abel still in the circle here for Carlisle. And Welsh sends that thing right past the second baseman, and Welsh is on with a single.
Our first hit of the day.
8th grader making a big impact here early at the state tournament.
Aganor dove, but it just scooted under her glove.
Now the pitcher, Chevelle Kingsley, the junior, up to bat now for the Lady Lancers. First pitch she sees. That hung in the air, but she swings and misses for strike one.
She was aiming to take a 2-0 lead here with that one.
Coach will come over and chat with the home plate umpire here. I think they're going to have a runner come on. And they will, so an IMT insurance substitution to run on here. Number 9 for North Scott will come on and run.
No, wait a minute, I'm looking at the wrong. Riley Toohey.
So Toohey will come out and run. I don't have her ever running this year.
We got McKinley Toohey, Aubrey Toohey, and Riley Toohey.
Yeah, so we got plenty of Tooheys to go with.
Triple Tooheys.
Yeah. So Kingsley will step back into the box here. Bunt showed. Toohey will stay on first base. That is a ball. 1 ball and 1 strike here. Kingsley a .364 hitter, 29 RBIs, 18 total home runs this year. Adeline Johnson makes up 11 of those for the Lady Lancers. 1-1 pitch, low again for ball 2.
Good chance that the leadoff runner, no outs, to maybe push around a run here, take the early lead.
Yeah, good chance here with no outs. Kingsley shows bunt again, pulls back, and then swings last second. She did not know what she wanted to do there. Bunted, pulled back, and then tried to swing. Really late, and the count goes even at 2-2. Runner on first base, that's Toohey. 2-2 pitch by Abel. That is chopped short, and that's going to get down. Second baseman can't grab onto it, and everybody's going to be safe. What could have maybe been an out, bobbled by Eganor.
Yeah, that would have, coming to her left, she would have had to turn, throw across her body. That was going to be a tough one either way.
Well, it just went over the first baseman for Carlisle, so I think we're going to have another courtesy runner out. And this looks like, nope. Oh, yep, they're going to run out number 17 here, Tinley Osterberg, the 8th grader. Will come out and run, and this is McKinley Toohey, the senior. A .240 batter up to bat with no outs and runners on first and second. So the Lady Lancers in good business here.
Yeah, chance to break out ahead early.
Infield is in. First pitch, bunt laid. It's a good one. Abel will throw on to first. Got her just in time, but it does advance the runners to second and now third as McKinley Toohey does her job.
Sacrifice. Gets everybody in. Toohey had an RBI in the quarterfinals, drove in one of their 2 runs.
So runners on second and third here. First pitch by Abel is upstairs.
Aubrey Toohey showed bunt, then pulled it back.
Just her 9th start of the season here for North Scott, a .125 hitter. 4 hits so far, 3 of which are doubles. She fouls that one back into the net. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Kalia Freeman, the third baseman for Carlisle, she's the only infielder not wearing that mask.
Yep.
Which, a lot of times, especially at the hot corner,
Yeah.
you want to, but it's every
get you.
player's choice on that.
Aubrey Toohey with runners on second and third. Thought about the bunt. That one's low. Runner is in a tag down now. They try to get her, and they do. The runner back on third. Don't get her, but a base running error by North Scott. Boy, a very questionable decision by the Lady Lancers to take off there. Take a look at the replay. I have no idea what was happening here, but the base runner was halfway to the plate. I don't know if she thought that the bunt was going to work, but
yeah, because usually you say, well, take a little run and look and be sure that it's hit, but
big mistake. 2-1 pitch. That one's sent to right center. Is it going to drop? It does. RBI single for Aubrey Toohey.
Yeah, but that cost them a run.
It did. It did. It could have been 2-0, but they'll take the 1 run. Yeah. I'll make you feel a little bit better about that error.
You got 1 run out of it, but
and it's not technically an error. It's just a play nonetheless. So Riley Daniels will step up to bat here for North Scott. Daniels just making her 14th start of the year. So North Scott likes to change up the lineup. Only a handful of players have started every game.
She's substituting in here.
Interesting. Moving along. 231 hitter is Daniels with the runner on first and 2 outs here for the Lady Lancers. Abel's pitch on the way, up and away outside. It'll be 1 ball and no strikes. Riley 9 hits this year, all of which are singles, 6 RBIs, and she's walked 6 times as well. 1-0 by Abel. That one's sent on the line to Egnor. On the hop, throw on to first is in time for out number 3. 1 left on. A little bit of a base running error, but nonetheless, the Lady Lancers put 1 on the board. They lead over Carlisle. We'll see you in the 3rd. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge here at the Harlan Ronders Sports Complex as North Scott in Fort Dodge. North Scott leads Carlisle 1-0 is your score. Welcome to the top of the 3rd inning. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Harley Brower, the senior, will step up to bat here for the Wildcats. 3 hits for the Lady Lancers. Carlisle still looking for hit number 1. Chevelle Kingsley doing a really nice job in the circle. They'll look to continue things here on the defensive end as the Wildcats have gotten the bat on the ball, just haven't been able to get anything to drop.
Then the runner picked off 3rd for North Scott. It could have been a little bit bigger inning, but.
First pitch on the way. That one is low for ball 1 for Kingsley.
We'll file that for maybe something that impacts down the line.
Yeah.
The game continues to be close here.
Brower, a 188 hitter, 15 hits this year, 17 RBIs, trying to spark the offense here. That one able to get down there in the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike upcoming for Brower. Harley, a senior for the Wildcats this year. Third base and first base are in here. 1-1 pitch. Holds back on the swing. It'll be 2 balls and 1 strike. Did she go? No, she didn't. Just checking with the first base umpire. Carlisle upset Dallas Center Grimes 8-6. That one's chopped short to the shortstop, and it gets a bad bounce over her head. The runner will be safe.
Well, it's kind of strange. She went to backhand it instead of taking it in front of her, and then it rolled up the glove.
Just a simple little misfire, kind of bounced up off the ground, and Evan Johnson Mears.
Carlisle got some production out of the bottom lineup in that quarterfinal.
Yeah.
Each of the bottom 3 had a hit, and Mears had 2 RBI, 2 out of 3 and the 2 RBI. So Mears kind of setting up the top of the order in that quarterfinal.
And with no out, North Scott has their infielders way in here, expecting a bunt by Evan Johnson Mears. A 271 hitter. She'll show bunt, pull back, and that's strike 1. So Brower up on first base for the Wildcats. 3 stolen bases this year for her. Olivia Freeman is Carlisle's leading base stealer with 55. That is a great bunt. Laid down, throw to first, not in time. A beautiful bunt by Evan Johnson Mears.
Just tally right it up in the manual. Lay it right out in front, so then the catcher is going out, the pitcher's coming in, the catcher takes it, but
just perfectly placed kind of created. Everybody came in to go get it, and just no time.
Carlisle boys, they got 2 on with no outs.
Runner on first and second here for the Wildcats. So the offense is starting to come alive here after that rain delay. Bunt is laid, and it's fouled back by Allie Nolte. Nolte, a .398 hitter. Back to the top of the batting order here for the Wildcats, and Coach Flaws will call a timeout, and he'll bring in his infield here to have a chat about their next move here.
Yeah, they don't want to have any mistakes here with no outs. You want to know where everybody's going so you don't run yourself out of an inning. They say that, but sometimes, you're out there, you're getting excited. You just want to get and score, and you don't. But that's good coaching.
Good coaching indeed, and Jim Flaws is one of the best. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. 1,145 wins and just 217 losses here in Carlisle. 1,260 career wins, 257 losses, and 1 tie. I'd love to ask him about that tie. But he is one of the best. And it just never fails. I mean, Carlisle is always a good team year in and year out. Even if they're sitting around 500 all year, they'll make the state tournament. That's how good they are.
5 state titles he's coached them too.
Nolte, bunt is laid. Goes back to Kingsley. She'll throw on to first. She's a little hesitant, but I think she knew there was nothing really else she could do, so she'll just take the easy out, and the runners will advance to second and third for the Wildcats.
So you're set up well. 1 out, runners second and third.
Addie Eganor back into the box. Second baseman's been busy today. .330 hitter today coming in today for the Wildcats. Chance to really get a score on the board with runners on second and third. That one right down the middle for strike 1. So both pitchers being tested here out of the rain delay. Obviously, things will be very delayed today after an hour and 20-minute delay. So, in a way, we're almost a full game behind on how the scoring is going to work. So, just something to think about if you have people watching throughout the rest of the day. Kingsley waiting on the pitch here. They have pitch comms in their heads, so we're in their helmet. 0-1 pitch, that one misses for ball 1. But the pitch comms are new this year. Usually you'd have to give signals from the dugout, but with the pitch comm, the catcher can hear in her ear what pitch needs to be given. But I tell you what, North Scott, I don't know if they're using them because they are looking to the dugout heavily. And you don't have to use them. 1-1 pitch, another bunt laid, and it can't be caught by the first baseman. It went right through her legs, and Carlisle ties it at 1. And the runner takes off to second. They'll have a rundown as the runner goes back home, and they got 2 on the board. A defensive blunder by North Scott gives Carlisle the 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that's where you didn't make that play. It's a tough one to make, but then you can't get your head down. You got to realize that ball is still live, and so you let a couple of runs get in. Alana Nelson came in hard from first, and that's one where you have to field it cleanly, perfectly, throw it to the catcher on that bunt when it's well executed, which that one was. And then everybody kind of put their head down because they gave up that run, and that's when Carlisle kept their heads up and kept running.
The throw to second's really what did it.
Yeah.
So the score is Carlisle 2, North Scott 1. Here in the top of the third inning, and just 1 out down, and just perfectly played by Carlisle's infield. They knew exactly what they needed to do.
Eganor now out on second with the throw. She goes to second.
So now a tough spot here for the Lady Lancers now with that runner up on first. Or runner up on second.
Did they charge that as an error, or did they?
Yes, error was given to North Scott.
Was that on the throw or was that on the play?
I believe it might have been on the play. Amber Doherty up to bat now for Carlisle. With 1 out and a runner in scoring position as the Wildcats want to extend the lead. They'll pull back on the ball. One thing about Coach Flaws, older guy, a lot of people think, he can be stern at sometimes. I don't think that's ever the case. I never look over. He's never not smiling.
No, yeah, he's always
he just has fun, yeah.
They have the set rules like running down the first, but he enjoys being out there, and you can tell it.
I don't think, it sure doesn't seem like retirement will be happening anytime soon, as that one's lofted up and caught by the shortstop, so that's out number 2. That's exactly what North Scott need to see in that type of out. And now this brings up Delaney Thompson with a runner on second. A wild third inning for both teams right now. Continues to roll on. Kingsley, first pitch to Thompson, drops right in for strike 1. And at the conclusion of this one, same exact field, North Polk will be taking on ADM. Game's not happening at the same exact time for both classes. 0-1 pitch, that one lined right to the third baseman, right into her lap. Great catch by Lainey Welge, excuse me. That'll do it for the end of the third inning. We're headed to the bottom of the third. 2-1, Carlisle leads over North Scott.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Girls State Softball Tournament. Fans Official State Tournament merchandise is now available online. Time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Blake Walker-Gar-Danielson with you here as that one goes by for strike 1 for Addison Abel going up against Eller here for North Scott. Kamila Eller up to bat here for the Lady Lancers. And Eller gives this thing a ride to foul territory, and it's quickly 0-2.
So bottom of the order, then the top. Chance to maybe get the bats going here and even it back up.
Eller, a .233 hitter coming into the state tournament. 14 RBIs, 17 hits. Has played and started in all 34 games. Abel tries to go outside and misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes. The bats have come alive. I don't think we expected a pitcher's duel by any means, but expect some runs today.
Just a little slow start because of the delay.
Yep. Hour and 20-minute rain/lightning delay. 1-2 pitch. Just missing low, and the count will go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes for Eller. And the catcher here for Carlisle, Amber Doherty, checking, just asking the umpire, was it low? 2 balls and 2 strikes to Eller. And she pops that one right to the third baseman, throw across the diamond in time for out number 1. Really nice play on the move by Freeman. Just kind of dropped right in the glove. It was going to be dangerous if it didn't, but Sydney Scarich back to the top of the batting order for the Lady Lancers. Will step up into the box here. North Scott was getting, bad on the ball there to start.
Yeah.
Before the rain delay. Scarich gives this a ride to center field, and that's going to get down. Just caught the dirt before it reaches the outfield. Sydney Scarich is on with the single for the Lady Lancers.
And that was down on the handle. You can hear the kind of, as it kind of hit the handle there, but just enough with the speed of the pitch to get into the gap.
Katie Bretter up to bat now. Yeah, it was almost, you'd expect a jam,
Yeah.
Jammed her, but To no avail, and Bretter will step up to bat. Runner takes off, throw to second, not in time. Just safe. Must have just gotten around the tag, and a successful stolen base for Skerich.
Very close. Tying run now at second.
It's going to be wash, rinse, repeat, I think, every half inning for both
I think
these
you're
two
right
teams.
now, the way we're going.
I think that's all you're going to see.
And who can cash in on the base running opportunities?
Absolutely. 0-1 pitch. That one's outside of Doherty's glove. She throws on to third, trying to get the runner. It's not going to work. And just like that, the Lady Lancers got a runner on third with one out. Trying to tie this ball game back up.
Skerich doesn't give you much time to, I mean, that ball just popped out. There was a couple seconds, and she's down to third already. So
Coach Flaws will come and call time here as he'll go out and talk to his infield.
Probably again defensively talking about where the ball's hit and what do we want to do.
And Coach Flaws is somebody that will change pitchers very frequently. He's got 3 that he works with for the most part. You got Mally Stoner, a sophomore, 11-1 record this year. She started in 2 games but can still pitch. She's got 5 saves this year. Addison Abel, obviously, and then Logan Brown. Logan Brown has 27 appearances. Addison Abel has 34 appearances, so she's played in every game. And then Stoner, 25 appearances. So not afraid to spread the wealth here, if need be. So Bretter will step back into the box with a runner on first base here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Third baseman and second baseman are in here, ready for the bunt. And it's laid back and fouled back, and that'll take out that opportunity as the count goes to 1 ball and 2 strikes.
See if they turn it around. Carlisle, the bunt, a couple bunts that got their runs in. I mean, you work on that bunt coverage, but when it happens, sometimes, you know, you hurry it.
Trying to keep things settled here. 1-2 pitch by Abel. That one slapped to the shortstop. Throw over to first. In time for out number 1, or out number 2, and that was just perfectly played.
Yeah, they worked to their advantage. The shortstop in. It was a hard hit to her. She could look the runner back and throw to first in no time, no gap at all for that runner to come home.
Worked out perfectly, and Melania Nelson will step up to bat for North Scott.
Carlisle looking to strand the tying run at third.
Runner at third. Nelson pops up foul back behind us. A huge opportunity here for Carlisle to put the brakes on a North Scott scoring attempt. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs, runner on third. That line gets away from the catcher, and easily a score for North Scott.
Well, that hit the home plate and went straight up. And
Doherty could not find it.
Yeah.
And just like that, the Wildcats give up the run on the wild pitch, and we're tied at 2 here in this Class 4A semifinal. 1-1 pitch. That one just misses upstairs for Nelson, or against Nelson. Now it'll be 2-1.
Well, just a little late drop on it, and she waited, and wisely so.
Base paths are clear for Abel. 2-1 pitch. Nelson gets it right past the third baseman, Freeman, and she will be on with a hit. 5th hit of the ball game already for the Lady Lancers. Now it brings up Lainey Welsh. She singled her first time up today. Doherty will come and have a chat with Abel here in the circle. And Coach Flaws will also have a chat here in the circle, and I think they're going to switch pitchers. So a pitching change will be made here.
Going to bring Logan Brown over.
Yep, Logan Brown will become the new pitcher. Logan this year making now her 28th appearance, an 8-0 record, 75 innings pitched, giving up 74 hits, 63 strikeouts, and a 2.22 ERA. I would say some teams you'd be surprising, but we just talked about it. Really no surprise with Coach Flaws' coach team.
And of course, with a little different, like in baseball, when you change pitchers,
Can't bring them back,
and here, but you can move them around more.
So Brown will get a couple warm-up pitches in, and she will face Welsh here first up. Still 2 outs on the board. One person on base here for North Scott.
And that kind of shows you the thinking, too, that, okay, it's a tight ball game. They got a runner on. Let's shut it off before, anything more happens. So then who's going to go to first base? Will that be...
They might just switch. Abel might go to first. Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen. So Abel goes to first and Brown goes to pitcher. And Laney Welsh will step up to bat with a runner on first and 2 outs down for North Scott here in the bottom of the third. Welsh, check swing. Did she go? Yes, she did. Good call.
Yep.
Said earlier, Laney got on base with the single earlier for the Lady Lancers. Opportunity to maybe bring in another run here. 1-0 pitch. That one's sent to right field. Right fielder camps underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 3. Nice job by Nolte.
Yeah, Nolte drew a beat on that. Ends the inning. But we're tied up.
Top 4 we go. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Ladies, the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here from the Iowa Central Field, where North Scott Carlisle tied as we go to the top of the 4th inning. And Logan Brown will be up first to bat here, just coming off finishing that half inning on the pitching side. So it'll be a nice pitcher versus pitcher duel here on base, or in the box, and in the circle. Brown, hard hit, right back up the middle, and she is on with a single.
Yeah, that was moving so fast. Kingsley couldn't even bend over and even get a glove on it if she had wanted to.
Chloe,
pitch runner will.
Yep, IMT insurance substitution. Chloe Rolling will come out and run for Brown.
We haven't had a Channel of Seeds extra base hit yet,
nope.
have we?
No, we haven't. Everything's been kind of
played on the infield, and once the outfield have been fly balls caught,
just good
on the ground out there.
Good solid hits for the most part. 3rd hit of the day for Carlisle. Kalia Freeman now up to bat with a runner on first and nobody out. Has 8 hits combined already. As that one gets away from the catcher and easily up to second is Rolling. That one just got away from Tui off her glove. Now a runner in scoring position for the Wildcats.
And that's part of the pressure they put on you too, knowing any mistake on the bases they're going to take off.
Not often we get switch hitters.
Well,
Freeman is one of those. Switches mid-bat placement, or mid-at-bat. This now moves to her right side. 1-0 pitch, pulls back, strike 1. It is a rare sight. I mean, you just don't see it a lot.
Now she's going to go back the other side, I think, is she?
Yep.
And I know when you're working with young kids, there's so much just that basic technique of hitting that you don't work on switching, but maybe they do some more now, but.
North Scott is still ready for the bunt. Welsh is closing in. in there for strike 2. Welsh came all the way up, almost to home plate. She's ready for the bunt if it happens, and North Scott's got to be ready at third.
I don't know if batting from the right side make it easier if she's going to bunt it toward third, which would be with the runner on second, maybe the best.
Freeman on the 1-2 pitch, out and away by Kingsley, and the count's even at 2-2.
Yeah, Kingsley's going to try to not give her a good pitch, too.
Chevelle would love for a first out here to at least get on the board. Count is even, runner on second. Out and away, ball 3, and the count runs full. Another longer at-bat here. Could keep the fatigue going for Kingsley as Freeman settles back in here on the left side. 3-2. Give it a ride. Deep left field. Left fielder roaming back, and the catch is made for out number 1. A little bit of power on it, just not enough. Not enough wind either, and that is
Neighbor out there.
Nyber makes the play out there.
And there's a bit of sun that she's looking into coming back. It's partly cloudy, but the sun to the south with it behind us here.
Tell you what, though, there's no wind. That flag is not moving.
It's kind of died, and it's...
Runner goes, and the ball gets away. All the way out to left field. Throw home is not going to be in time, and Carlisle is safe.
I think there may have been interference there had she not been.
Yeah, the catcher was in the way. She still was able to get it out, but boy, North Scott, they got lucky the first time on that throw. That time not as lucky as the shortstop could not get over in time. And what's crazy is the runner, I mean, she fell at third base and still got up and was able to get home. So Coach Flaw stayed aggressive there. 0-1 pitch. That one's chopped right to the shortstop, caught on the hop, long throw across the diamond in time for out number 2.
Well, the left fielder made a great play to charge that and had a good throw, really.
But Carlisle scoring again. Wild pitches and just wild throws have been the end-all be-all. 2 errors so far by the Lady Lancers. This is Harley Brower up to bat. And the first pitch she sees is a strike.
A little bit of small ball, as they call it.
It's not the most polished softball you'll see, but whatever gets the job done for both teams, they don't really care. Kingsley, 0-2 pitch on the way to Brower. Brower gives this a ride to left field, and catch is made. Well, Carlisle puts up 1. They lead over North Scott 3-2. We'll see you in the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. As another pitching change here for Carlisle. We said they'd go through all 3, and I guarantee this isn't the last one. Maley Stoner, I'm going to say Maley Stoner, the sophomore, now in to pitch. A 2.31 ERA, 45 strikeouts. 11-1 record this year, making her 26th appearance on the season. So Coach Flaw has now gone through all 3 of his pitchers here. Obviously can go back to either one he wants, and I guarantee you'll see plenty more coming as the day goes on. And Chevelle Kinsley will step back up to bat. Kingsley doing a pretty good job in the circle here, trying to get the bat rolling again. First pitch by Stoner is in there for strike one. Great crowd on hand for Carlisle and North Scott, respectively. You're going to see a lot of North Polk and ADM fans start rolling in.
Yeah,
a lot of
had to clear out early.
Yep.
And then come back.
A lot of red here at the state tournament for Class 4A. 7 out of the 8 teams that got here in Class 4A, their primary color is red. Norwalk being the only team not in the red category. And they were defeated on Monday. That one grounded right back to the pitcher, and Stoner throws on to first in time for out number 1. It's the weak little chopper, and McKinley Tui will step up to bat. Senior trying to get the bat rolling here a little bit for the Lady Lancers in the bottom of the 4th inning. Update for Class 5A over in the other field. It was 4-1. Top 5, Valley over Ankeny.
I had their opening game, Valley, and
they're good.
Tough all over.
Tui, a slap hitter, runs past that one as it's a strike. Just kind of feels like North Scott a little timid here to start. You know,
start out the inning maybe, but
trying to stay loose a little bit. Had all the confidence in the world for that rain delay. 0-1 pitch, that one snapped.
Well, and
right
one
back.
thing, too, when you change the pitchers, you know, you're thinking, okay,
Yeah.
I'm coming up second time around to this pitcher, but then you got a whole new pitcher, and you got to think, well, what does she do? So that's an advantage of that if you're able to do that.
Behind quickly. No balls and 2 strikes here on the way to Tui. She chops that one right to the shortstop. Caught on the hop. Throw to first. Just in time for out number 2.
You know, that's the thing, too, for coach has been at a long time. Sometimes it's, let's stay with a pattern. You get your pitching horse, you stay with them. But Coach Flaws, he's rethinking a little bit. We'll move him in and out, and if it works, you know.
Aubrey Tui now up to bat. With 2 outs and nobody on here for the Lady Lancers here in the bottom of the 4th, trailing 3-2. That one just catches the inside corner and misses. 1 ball and no strikes. Yeah, so at the conclusion of this one, take about a 15-20 minute break, and we will be moving on to the rest of Class 4A, North Polk and ADM. 1 ball, no strikes. Tui pops up to shallow center. Eganor gets underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 3. We're headed top 5. Wildcats on top of North Scott, 3-2.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Carlisle leading North Scott here in the top of the 5th inning. 3-2 is your score. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. And the Carlisle offense, just 3 hits, but a couple of errors have been costly for North Scott, both on the base running side, because this game could be 3-3, in all honesty.
Yeah, Carlisle's been pretty aggressive, say, on the basing, and then a base run, and then bunting, and then North Scott had that one where they got a little too aggressive and got caught stealing from 3rd.
Evan Johnson-Myers up to bat. She got on base first time today. Mears, excuse me. Evan Johnson-Mears up to bat. Love to keep the offense rolling here for Carlisle.
And again, she's been productive in that 9-hole for them.
That one pulled back. Again, if you're tuning in, expecting North Polk and ADM. That game will be delayed significantly here, as will the rest of our games today, unless we have a miracle 1 hour game. But hour and a half rain delay this morning, delayed a lot. We got through half an inning here in this one before the tarp came on the field, as that one's in there, 1 ball and 1 strike. So games will be delayed on both sides by about an hour and a half.
Yeah, it wasn't even raining. It was blue to the west, and then the lightning went.
Lightning
that
delayed.
Stopped it, and then the rain moved in. Started light, a little heavy, but nothing too. Not a lot of rain.
1-2, right back to the pitcher. Off her kneecap. Not even a throw to first. That's just unlucky.
Yeah.
For Chevelle Kingsley. Boy, she took a hit right off the knee. And just like that, Mears is on first base. Take a look at the replay here. This is right off her shin. She says she's okay. She's good to keep going, but Evan Johnson-Mears
Had that big play in the Southeast Warren game last night where the ball was hit off the pitcher's leg. It went over toward the third baseman. She's down on her knees, picks it up, and fires out to first to get the out, and they go on to win.
That was a big upset over Wayne. Allie Nolte in the box here with the runner on first and nobody out. Looking just like what we saw in inning number 2. Throw up to second is nowhere near in time. And another successful stolen base for the Wildcats. They just know how to move everybody along the base paths.
Yeah.
And you just got to be ready.
You know what's coming, but sometimes you just can't.
Nolte, 1-0 pitch on the way from Kingsley. Bunt is laid and fouled.
Yeah, it hit her in the box, so it's foul. Because, you know, if you're pitching and you want to throw that low pitch to the batter, but that low pitch makes it a little tougher for the catcher to get up and throw, but you got to think about the batter first.
So 1 strike down. Welsh comes in a little bit here on the third base side. 1 ball, 1 strike here. On the way to Nolte. She shows bunt. Bunt is laid, picked up by the first baseman, and they get out number 1, but the runner advances to third. Oh, and the runner.
Did you say she left early?
Yeah, she left early. So Carlisle is out on third, so that's 2 outs quickly down. The runner for Carlisle on second base left early. Coach Flaws, I think she knew that she left early because she was ready to take back off to second base. So a mistake by the running side, and Coach Flaws wants to have a chat with the third base umpire. It's going to be a hard argument to win, but you can see the shaking of the head. He's pretty locked in on his decision. Coach Flaws will agree, and we'll move on as base runners will now be gone off the base paths, and now it'll be Addison Eganor up to bat. So a couple base running errors for both teams now. That's big for North Scott.
Yeah, because you would have had a runner at third.
So Eganor back in, 2 outs, and the bases are clear now after the 2 outs. That one lined right past the second baseman, and that's going to be down for another hit. So now you're really thankful for that because that would have scored the run.
Yeah. Would have upped the advantage to 2.
So the lead still holds at 3-2, but now a runner on base for Amber Doherty, the catcher. 2 outs down. 5 hits now apiece for both teams as the bats have come alive here in this 4A semifinal.
Let's see if Eganor runs on the first pitch.
Bunt pulled back, strike 1 for Kingsley. Eganor this season when it comes to base running. She is 16 stolen bases this year. No balls and 1 strike. Runner goes, and they will not even attempt, as it's the 17th stolen base of the season for Eggenor.
Yeah, there again, that low drop pitch drops into the dirt. The catcher comes up quickly, but
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs here. Doherty settles back in. Runner up in scoring position now. No doubt might take off to third. 1-1 pitch upstairs for ball 2. And you know Tui is going to have her eyes glued on third base.
Yeah.
And Welsh is up, though. I mean, she's not on the bag.
So Skerich, the shortstop, is going to have to be ready over there to come over quickly.
Here's your 2-1, popped up, shallow center. Catch is made by Skerich in time for out number 3. So a base running error keeps us at 3-2. We'll see you in the bottom of the 5th. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fans level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Coach Flaws, he's still wondering about that call. He came over, Mark Amadeo sitting over here on the media row, just kind of asking about the ruling there. Did you get any of that?
Just had something to do with when she sat and stepped off the bag, and Mark explained it. And
that one is going to go down, and it is a single for Anna Campbell, the sophomore. Good start for North Scott here in the bottom of the 5th.
Anyway, he explained it, and Coach Flaws said, okay. And they have evaluators throughout the game who are evaluating the umpires.
Yep. Coach Flaws just trying to check it out. He's learning. I mean,
and by the way, they still need umpires.
Yep,
if you're out there, it's a good way to help out.
Eller in the box here. Bunt is laid, and it's just down low. So not enough on that one. So quickly 0-1 here for Kamila. She's got a runner on first here and nobody else. Big chance for North Scott here to try to take back a lead or tie, and Eller bunts that thing too high, and it's foul, and she's quickly behind 0-2.
I think they had the bunt run on, and you got to try to get the bat on the ball to protect that runner if she's going to take off, and that pitch was high, so.
It's 0-2 here, no balls and 2 strikes. Up for Kamila Eller. Stoner still in the circle here. 0-2 pitch by Stoner. Upstairs for ball 1.
Stoner is third pitcher, right, for Carlisle?
Correct. Brown was in for that last batter for half an inning.
And Stoner started this inning.
Yep, now they bring in Stoner here. 1-2 pitch. Up and away. Goes 2 balls and 2 strikes. Nice catch by Doherty back behind the dish. Keeping that thing from going too far. Feels like one that's going to come down the last out. That's just kind of how this game has been. 2 very competitive teams. North Scott last year in the championship game. The winner set, 2-2 pitch. Eller chops it short. Freeman on the hop. Really nice play by Freeman. Runner advances to second, 1 out down.
Yeah, she wasn't able to get the bunt down, but that was good enough to only play was to first, so she did her job at advancing the runner. It's a tying run at second with 1 out.
And you're bringing up Sydney Scarich, so back to the top of the batting order for the Lady Lancers in this one. One out, runner up on second. And that one slapped to left field, but foul. Thought maybe she had a good one there. Again, a slap hitter. Just not enough there. No balls, 1 strike here. Scarich played pretty well here at shortstop today. She's been busy. The 0-1 pitch, lined right back up the middle. That's going to get through. And the runner will stay at second. Ooh, boy. And once again, North Scott slipping here on the base paths. Coach Holly Holting, she was not happy. She's like, you got to think. She's like, take off.
Yeah,
it's just like that.
Yeah. It was to the right side, too. Off the handle, and yeah, you should have runners at the corners here with 1 out.
Just a really tough break. So now runners will be on first and second here. Like you said, with 1 out. That one's lined right back to the second baseman on time for 1, and the throw on to second is safe, but just like that, Dar.
Yeah, if she's at third, she's coming in on that play, maybe.
That is 2 runs off the board that North Scott could have had easily.
Because in that play, she might have looked her back and then going to first, but
Aliana Nelson up to bat, and Coach Holting, she knew it. She talked to her again when she got the third. She's like, I think she knows just as much as we do. Easily could have had a score there, and it could be 4-2, but it's 3-2. That one's chopped short. Freeman on the hop, and in time for out number 3. So just a couple slight more base running errors by North Scott, and Carlisle goes to the top of the 6th, leading 3-2.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
We're back here at the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament, top of the 6th inning. 7th seeded Carlisle leading 6th seeded North Scott. As Carlisle, both teams have had a couple slip-ups on base running. North Scott a couple more than Carlisle, but the Wildcats trying to extend their lead here. 3-2 lead is not safe with these two teams as Kingsley fires a strike down the middle up against Delaney Thompson. Hits galore here in this one, 12 combined.
Part of the order, too, here for Carlisle.
0-1 pitch by Kingsley, and that one's foul chop back. Thompson will take the run up to first base and back. You know, a lot of people say, well, it wastes time, but if you really take time out and look at it, it does not take time because a foul ball, the ball goes long. The batter always knows when it's going to be a foul. They'll run to first base and back, jog to first base and back. It doesn't take up extra time because the ball has to get to the back of the pitcher anyway. It's a tradition that we shouldn't be too mad at. As that one goes foul again, no balls and 2 strikes. But as you can see, there is no ball, and the batter's already back to the box. So I'll put my foot down.
It's probably why there hasn't been some kind of rule to outlaw that, you know.
Yeah,
but
if it took time out, people would say more, and people still say more. But the fact it does not do anything.
Because they're the only team in the state that
I believe so,
that,
yes.
yeah.
I believe so. 0-2 pitch. That one up and back for a foul. Actually, a ball, excuse me. Batter never swung, so just got away from the catcher. And if you're North Scott, you know, the offense, 7 hits, but they can't bring in runs. You can't really afford to give up more than maybe 2 one-run here. As we get ready to head to the 7th here in just a little bit. That one chopped right back to Kingsley, and she will run over him and make the play. I love it when a pitcher will run half the distance. You know, like just make the throw easier. You don't have to make it difficult. Make the throw easier.
Yeah, and then you underhand it instead of, you know, because if you rear back and fire, then you can get it by that first base.
Right. Logan Brown up to bat. She's got a hit today.
Played first and pitched.
Yep. She's done it all.
What was it? 2 batters that she faced?
Yep. I'll be curious to see who Carlisle rolls with here in these last
they go next.
half innings.
Stoner looked pretty good.
Yeah,
really.
she did. I mean, all have looked pretty good. Flaws has a lot of choices at his fingertips here to just kind of decide who he wants to go with. That one's low. 1 ball and no strikes here with 1 out and nobody on here for Carlisle. That one, beautiful pitch. A breaking ball drops in.
She loaded and was ready, and then it right in the zone. Yeah, it just.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. Kingsley in the circle in the top of the 6th inning here. 1-1. That one popped up and foul. Talked about it earlier in the day, but the streak of the Raccoon River Conference having a team in a championship game here in state softball will continue. Every single year since 2013, the Raccoon River has had a team play in the championship game, whether that be 3A, 4A, or 5A. And that streak will continue no matter what because ADM and North Polk are playing over on the other side of the bracket. Breaking ball drops in just low. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Now it'll go 2-2. What a streak. I mean, no better place to play softball, clearly, in the state of Iowa.
Because you're thinking, you know, CIML and 5A, but then Pleasant Valley stepped in there, and, you know, and it's been another team step up.
2-2, and that one's set to right field. Brown will hold on first base, and that is a single once again for Logan Brown.
Boy, she fisted that off on the outside and just able to force it down the line.
Just perfectly placed. If Brown was a little bit faster, she could have gotten to second, but first base coach holds her. Still,
Anna
nonetheless.
Campbell got over pretty quick.
Really nicely done.
Right field.
Kalia Freeman, the senior switch hitter. She'll bat left here, popped out to left last time. That one gets away from the catcher, and Brown gets to second base. Runner in scoring position with 1 out. Very dangerous here.
Fort Dodge has got to be the busiest small airport around.
Yeah, a lot of planes coming in.
They're always having planes flying in and out of here.
Be a plane cam. Freeman, 1-0 pitch by Kingsley. Swing and a miss for strike 1. You know, thinking about it, we have not seen many swing and misses today. Everybody's been very on top of it, staying patient.
Fouled it off, and then been a lot of bunt attempts, too.
Haven't seen a ton of it. 1 ball, 1 strike by Kingsley. In there, strike 2. Whoever loses this game, their tournament not done. They'll go and play the 3rd place game. That will take place, I think, tomorrow, but it might be, I think it is tomorrow. Usually takes place during the championship game. Kingsley looking for a big punch out here with 1 out. 1-2 pitch on the way. Swing, or no, she fouled it. They're going to say it was touched. Must have barely been touched. Big break, and time will be called by Coach Flaws, and he'll have a chat with his infield here. Jim will
Well, and the way this game is going, any kind of extra run you can get is going to be important. Is North Scott. Sorry about that. They've got some runners on. They have been able to had a couple base running miscues, but you know they're probably not going to sit at 2 here, and they have 2 more at bats. So any extra insurance run you can get, you want to be sure you get it.
1 ball, 2 strikes here for Kingsley. Going to settle back in with Kalia Freeman trying to extend the lead here. 1-2 pitch by Kingsley. And again fouls it. She did not run out to first base that time. Pulled back. I have never seen that before. North Scott was warming up a couple different pitchers, yeah. We're all stunned here on Media Row. We didn't know what we just saw. 1-2 pitch.
Maybe because the ball dropped right down.
Maybe.
Back quickly.
2 balls, 2 strikes. It's possibly Kalia just wanted to lock back in here at the plate. Chevelle Kingsley, 2-2 pitch. Low. And it's 3-2. Chance to get 2 runners on here for Carlisle, with Natalie Ramsey, the junior, on deck. Or do you get that big second out? Here comes the full count delivery, and foul back.
There she goes down to first.
Yep. Just make up for it. I wish the camera picked up how many people here. Everybody on Media Row looked at each other and was like, did we just see that? Did she really not go to first base?
Even woke up Andy Pollock.
Yeah. Coach Flaws takes his sunglasses off. It's getting serious for him. 3-2. Upstairs, gets away from the catcher. And runners will advance from second to third. And runners will be at the corners for Natalie Ramsey. Time is called, as I think we're going to courtesy runner. Yep. Anya Oates, the 8th grader, will come on and run here for Carlisle. So another IMT insurance substitution and pinch runner.
And I could darn well guarantee you she's going to
I bet she's going to steal.
Try to steal, yeah.
All substitutions brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com.
Still no channel seats extra base hits.
No. No. Have not been any. All extra base hits brought to you by Channel Seeds. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Seed Brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Still waiting on you. That pitch is low. Good stop by the catcher, but the runner takes off to second easily.
Big point in this game right now.
Yep. Very big. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third here for Carlisle, with Natalie Ramsey up to bat, and time is called. Clear off home plate. Umpire knows it's going to get busy here in a second.
Yeah.
Very well could.
Want to have clear view of this.
Yep. Got to be ready. Got to be ready. 1-0 is the count for Kingsley in the circle. Ramsey gives it a ride to right field. 1 run is in. Second run coming home. 5-2. Carlisle on top of North Scott.
What a piece of hitting by Ramsey. Went right with that pitch into right field. Kind of held back with the bat, directed into right field. Play.
Just a perfect spot. Not a terrible throw in by any means, but it was just offline enough. And North Scott will make a pitching change here in the top of the 6th inning, as this will be 10. That's Katie Bretter the sophomore. 12 and 1 record, making her 17th appearance this year. A 1.32 ERA and 38 strikeouts. So another reliable option, but now the Lady Lancers find themselves trailing by 3 here.
She started in the designated player spot and will move to pitcher.
And now, North Scott will still get 2 chances to hit no matter what.
Yeah.
But definitely
now you got to make up 3 runs instead of 1.
Now a really tough spot to be in.
And the inning isn't over yet. Still just one out.
Still just 1 out. So Carlisle will have a runner on first with 1 out. What a hit, like you said, by Ramsey. As they'll get Breder a couple pitches here.
Just kind of holding that bat and going with the pitch to right field. Yep. Sometimes you try to do too much, turn on it, but.
So again, if you're still waiting, our 10 o'clock game might still be going on. This is your quote-unquote 10:30 game. So your 12:45 game with Andy Pollock and Zarin Eggesdahl are currently in delay. That is the North Polk ADM game. Couldn't tell you when that thing is going to start.
That might be 1:45. I don't probably run it about an hour late.
Yep, somewhere around there. So that's how we're sitting right now after the rain delay, an hour and a half rain delay today. 1-0 pitch here by Breder is upstairs. This is up against Harley Bauer, the senior.
I'm kind of glad I slept a little later this morning than what I wanted to, but
I have the last game here tonight. I can tell you that thing probably won't take off till 9, so we'll hope for the best. 2-0 pitch to Brower, and Breder catches the zone. First strike of her outing here, and it's 2-1. Carlisle, a 7 seed coming in here to the state tournament. A lot of people looked at that and said, wow. And DCG fans thought, oh no. As everybody knows, Carlisle, it doesn't matter the seed. And especially in 4A here, it has not mattered how good these two teams, or how good teams come in. Winterset was the 8 seed last year and came in and won the whole thing. Now, granted, Jenna Young returned out for ACL injury, hadn't played all year. She comes in and wins. I think they beat Carlisle as well. I know they beat North Scott in the championship, but it's just 4A, I think, is truly one of the most competitive. 2-2. That one lined right back up the middle. Scarich throw on to second in time for the out. Nice job to get the lead runner.
Yeah, because you're right in that level between
almost 5A.
Too many kids for 3A, not enough for 5A, and there's a lot of teams bunched in there that are really good.
Very good. So they get the runner going to second. So now the lead runner only sits on first, and Evan Johnson-Mears, the senior, will step up to bat.
And you can't rest on her out of the 9-0, as I've said a couple times. She's really gotten some hits.
Mears pulls back for ball 1. For strike 1, excuse me. You know who's not going to complain is the people watching, because it is a fully overcast sky now. And no rain for the rest of the day, but it looks like cloud cover starting to form its way in, and nobody's going to be mad about that. 0-1. That one drops out for a strike. Play at second. Not in time. But the count is 0-2.
Yeah, the ball got there, I think, simultaneously with her sliding in. And that was a tough one to handle for the catcher because it was a change coming in, dropping.
So number 25, Claire Benson, will come on and run here on second base.
Should just exchange helmets there.
So Benson will come on and run. Another IMT insurance substitution. Evan Johnson-Mears. No balls and 2 strikes quickly for her with a runner on second and 2 outs. Pitch on the way by Breder is up and away for ball 1. Top of the 6th inning here. Carlisle leading over North Scott by 3. 1-2 pitch. Popped up center field. And the catch is made for out number 3. 1 left on, but a couple score. 5-2, Carlisle leads. We'll see in the bottom of the 6th. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to Fort Dodge for the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. In the bottom of the 6th inning, Carlisle leads over North Scott 5-2. Lainey Wells will step up to bat here. Haley Stoner still in the circle here for the Wildcats. Things got to get moving here for the Lady Lancers.
Yep, they need to get at least a run or something on the board here to kind of cut it down in this inning.
And
you have the last at bat, but you don't want to have too big a deficit to try to come back.
Well, and your defense also has to step up because Carlisle has really been on fire here on the pitching side. So Wells steps out of the box, gets a quick chat from Coach Holting. Holting,
or something they're talking about.
I think she's just kind of nervous. Lainey, just a 8th grader. Coach just telling her to breathe a little bit here and just making sure she's okay. Telling her deep breaths. 8th grader here at the state tournament for the first time ever. Big moment. Trying to make the most for her team. She had a hit earlier. No balls and 1 strike is the count here with nobody out. And Welsh trying to come up big here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 0-1 pitch. She pops this one up, and the catch is made by Eganor in time for out number 1. Really nice play.
I had to get some wheels coming in on that one because if it drops, it's surely a base hit.
So now that brings up Chevelle Kingsley up to bat now. The pitcher, or previous pitcher now. Focus on some batting here with 1 out and nobody on. Kingsley gives that thing a rip. I think noticing a couple shorter at-bats here for the most part for North Scott. Really swinging early, swinging often. Carlisle's taking a little bit longer into at-bats, it feels like.
Maybe a little anxious. They want to get some runners on.
0-1, and that one's fouled back again.
And again, you know, they had the pitching change, so they're seeing some of them seeing this pitcher for the first time.
Carlisle student section has now got 2 foul balls in a row.
Do they know they can take?
Yeah, they get 2 prizes. I'm sure we'll get an announcement in just a second about it. 0-2 pitch. Kingsley gives it a ride to right field, and that thing is foul. Yeah, if you take a foul ball back to the concession stand, you get a prize. You have to take all foul balls back. You can't keep any of the balls. But they are specially branded. They do have the IGHSAU logo on them.
I do think they give you the home run ball. If you
yep,
home
yep,
run,
I think so.
They'll run those down and give it to the player.
That one just misses. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
The Carlisle umpires in the stands thought that was a strike.
Yep. We get a better view from here.
Yeah.
See a lot of North Polk and ADM fans starting to make their way up into the crowd here, trying to get their spots. 1-2 pitch by Stoner, and again, foul back for Kingsley. always love when the student sections come out, especially during the summer, you know? It means they took time out of their day. School wasn't canceled or anything. They just make time and come out and watch. Really cool to see. 1-2 to Kingsley, and Stoner misses outside, and the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. One out, nobody on here for the Lady Lancers here in the bottom of the 6th inning. They know after this they'll get one more chance at bat. Would like to get something here. 2-2 popped up, and this one will land down in front of the dugouts, or just off to the side of the dugout. Long at bat here for Kingsley, trying to really stick in and fight a little bit.
Yeah, what's she fouled off? About 5 pitches?
Yeah. That ball is wedged. There it is. It was wedged in between the fence and the dugout. Somebody got it out over there. Got to save every ball. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Beautiful rise ball by Stoner, and Kingsley went after it for out number 2. Boy, Stoner has really jumped in here and done a really nice job.
Yeah, she's come on and really been steady.
Kinley Toohey will step up to bat. The infield is in here for Carlisle. There's a massive gap in right field. But a slap hitter like Toohey, you're expecting this thing to go left. That one is in there for strike 1.
She's a senior. Aubrey Toohey's a sophomore. And then Riley Toohey, we saw pinch run as an 8th grader.
Yep. The Tooheys are spread out. Stoner, 0-1 pitch. Grounded right back to Stoner. She'll throw to first in time for out number 3. 3 up, 3 down. To the 7th we go. Carlisle leads over North Scott 5-2.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. We head to the top of the 7th inning. Carlisle on top of North Scott, 5-2. Wildcats going to try to extend this lead here before they go to the bottom of the 7th and try to move on to the Class 4A championship game. Blake Walker, Dar Danielson with you here. Allie Nolte.
Yeah, starting at the top of the order. Any extra insurance they can get. Just, you never know. We've both seen it. We're a big rally in the bottom of the 7th.
Allie Nolte up to bat first, and Carlisle's done a really good job on offense. 7 hits, able to get runners on base, steal bases, and really keep the Lady Lancers on their feet. That one's outside for ball 1. 2 scores that really could have been big for North Scott because of base running errors are not part of their scoring column today. Still wouldn't have mattered right now because it's 5-2, but come to think about those. 1-0 pitch, and Redder goes upstairs. 2 balls and no strikes. Katie was set back in here in the circle, and Nolte back into the box with no outs and 2 balls and no strikes here by Breder. That's down the middle for strike 1. And we'll jump into the conclusion here after this one as ADM will take on North Polk to face the winner of this one in the Class 4A championship game. 2-1. That one's set to left field. That gets over the shortstop's head. Going to roll all the way to the fence. Nolte turns on it. Play at second base, not in time. And the first Channel Seeds extra base hit of the day goes to Allie Nolte.
And that's the hardest hit ball we've seen to the outfield today. A lot of it was lazy kind of flies, and Hard hit to the gap.
All extra base hits in today's game are brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more at channel.com/rise. So a runner on second here, and the ball is pulled back, and the runner will stay on second.
And you got to know they're going to do anything they can to move that runner around.
Addie Eganor, the one up to bat here for Carlisle, trying to bring home that run and just extend the lead even more and get ready for the bottom of the 7th. 1-0. Bunt is up in the air. That'll drop. This is going to be a tough play. There is no play. Everybody's safe, but the runner at second did not go to first. Or did not go to third, excuse me.
I think she thought maybe Nelson had a shot at catching that, which it looked like she might have early.
Which Coach Flaws looked over to his first base coach, because I think his first base coach was the one that was supposed to maybe signal that, but it was just too tough of a play to call, and Carlisle didn't want to give up the free out. So
yeah, because if she's halfway over, you could easily, if the catcher gets it, throw to second and double her up.
Amber Doherty in the box now with runners on first and second, nobody out. Doherty goes after the bunt and misses. No balls, one strike here. Doherty will swing a couple check swings and step back in. Chance to really blow this thing open. North Scott 7 hits today, so they can score, but the more scores you put up, the harder it gets. Also haven't scored for a while. 0-1 pitch, bunt is back.
Hit her in the box right up her right leg.
And even if it did, it was backwards. It really didn't have a chance, so Doherty thought she had a clean foul, but it's quickly behind 0-2 now. And a big pitch here for Bretter coming up. Amber back into the box. Bretter, 0-2 pitch. Just misses outside for ball 1. Crunch time here for this infield and just defense in general for North Scott, trying to keep the lead at just 3 and give themselves a fighting chance at the bottom of the 7th without needing a major rally. 1-2 pitch, caught, thrown on to third. No, didn't get there. Wells was not back on third base. I don't know if she really knew that the ball was even going to come to her.
Yeah, and it was kind of a slap hit, so.
Just like that, the bases will go loaded for Delaney Thompson. So
no outs here.
Yeah, the last thing North Scott needed. Is Carlisle just going to try to pour this thing on. Thompson, hittable pitch, dropped in slowly for strike 1. Boy, just minor mistakes by North Scott have just cost the Lady Lancers greatly today. Coach Flaws will not call time, was not able to call time. It was too late. 0-1 pitch, grounder, caught on the hop, throw home in time for out number 1. Again, didn't have to tag, so they do get the runner at home.
Did not have time to throw down the first end, but
so just 1 out. Nice
you got an out,
play.
so
that was a good heads-up play.
Key. As we mentioned, only 1 extra base hit, so they haven't been just popping it out of the infield, and now
Addison Sears. Yep, yeah. Addison Sears will go on and run for Delaney Thompson. And Logan Brown, who has just been phenomenal today, will step up to bat for Carlisle. Again, the bases are still loaded. But Brown, if anyone's got a chance to go deep here, it's Logan Brown. Logan this season, 26 RBIs. Has not gone yard this year, but does have the power to do so. 42 hits, 37 singles, 5 doubles. A good hit brings in at least 2. So you got to keep your eye out for that. Bases are loaded with 1 out here. Again, the play will be at home. Brown swings through and misses as that one slowly fell in.
That pitch has fooled a lot of batters.
Yeah. Dangerous pitch by Bretter, but it got the job done. No balls and 1 strike here with 1 out. In the top of the 7th. That one low, gets away from the catcher. She can't find it. Carlisle scores another. 6-2, and that was just, there was nothing that Tui could do behind the dish, just simply lost it.
Bounced up off her face mask, and she thought it was going to her left and then had to spin all the way around.
Yep.
Pitcher maybe could have come in and said, hey, there, but, you know.
1 ball, 1 strike. Now runners on 2nd and 3rd. Brown goes for the bunt. It is caught by Welsh. Welsh will throw off her back to 3rd base.
What a try.
Yeah. Right idea. Made a heck of a grab.
She got the 2nd out, and then.
Boy, the 8th grader's been working hard today. Yeah. She's been giving it all she has.
Fortunately, too, she couldn't get much on it, so she didn't. We'll see the.
Nice little catch at the knees. Tried to get it back in time. But
I was going to say, fortunately, she didn't throw it too hard, so it went off at the left field, and they scored again, but good effort.
2 outs, runner on 2nd and 3rd. Kalia Freeman will foul that one back. No balls and 1 strike here. Boy, if North Scott can get out of this with just 1 run given up, I think that's a win. We'll just have to see here. No balls and 1 strike. With 2 outs. Pitch on the way by Bretter. In there for strike 2. She's really slowing down her pitches here, trying to get change-ups to work, and they are working. Freeman will set back in. No balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah, just keeping the batter back on their heels.
Amber Doty on 3rd base here for Carlisle. 0-2 pitch. That one's chopped foul down the left field line.
You know you're going to need 4 runs to keep the game going, but will you need more?
You've only scored 2 all game, and those were early, mind you.
Yeah. Can you get the out here and then come in and rally time?
And it'll be very interesting to see who Carlisle decides to pitch. Stoner has done really well here in the last couple half innings. 0-2 pitch. Bretter just misses 1-2. Kalia Freeman, the senior, with a 1-2 count with 2 outs. She's got runners on 2nd and 3rd. Can she bring them home? 1-2 pitch. Just misses low with 2 balls and 2 strikes. Lancers just want to get to the bottom of the 7th. Can't think too far ahead though here. Bretter in the circle. The 2-2 delivery on the way. Just misses, and it's 3-2. Coach Holting not too happy about that one in the dugout. Count runs full. Bases could be loaded again. 3-2 pitch. Sent to left, and a heck of a play by the 8th grader Welsh. And Coach Pauls tells her, good catch.
Nice job.
Great catch. How about the 8th grader making a couple big plays? Take a look at the replay quick. I mean, her face mask almost came off.
That's why they call it the hot corner.
Oh my gosh, what a play by the 8th grader. We're going to the bottom of the 7th. Carlisle on top, 6-2.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. The 7th seed Carlisle, 3 outs away from advancing to the Class 4A state championship game to face the winner of either ADM or North Polk. And up first to bat, Aubrey Toohey, first line of offense here to try to score at least 4.
7, 8, 9 hitters.
Yep. Toohey chops it right back to Stoner, gets past Stoner, throw to first, in time for out number 1. Really nice play by Eganor to come up and make the play.
Yeah, Stoner looked like she had a beat on it, but couldn't get there. And Eganor's played a great game at second today.
1 out, nobody on. Again, showing bunt here to start. As that one is right down the middle for strike 1 up against Anna Campbell, the sophomore. Seven hits today by North Scott, just 2 runs. Tough stat to look at, and 2 errors. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Stoner has been on it.
Yeah, she's progressively gotten better through here, and it helps when you have runs behind you. You know, you make a mistake, but she hasn't made many mistakes coming to the plate.
Just very impressive. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. 2 outs down quickly. And last line of defense for North Scott is Kamila Eller. Carlisle trying to advance on to the championship game. Eller takes strike 1. Wildcats last time they got to the title game, 2020, fell short to Winterset, 4-3 in extra innings. They beat North Scott in the championship game, 1-0 in 2019. And Coach Flaws and his team trying to go back. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Strike 2. The crowd gets to their feet for the Wildcats. Stoner settles back into the circle up against Eller. 0-2 pitch. Set to right and foul. Stoner takes a breath. Crowd on its feet. 1 strike away. 0-2. Strike 3. Carlisle is on to the Class 4A championship game for the first time since 2020. They defeat North Scott. 6-2 is your final score. And Coach Flaws will have a chance to go for number 6.
That'll move him up the ladder as far as coaching wins. And North Scott, they'll look back at a couple base running mishaps that maybe would have made the outcome a little different here, but credit Carlisle, they cause all kinds of trouble on offense.
Thursday at 7:30 is when Carlisle will play for a championship game against either North Polk or ADM. It's going to be a familiar foe, that's for sure. North Scott will head to the consolation and play for third against the loser of our next game. But Coach Jim Flaws and the Carlisle Wildcats, for the first time since 2020, are going back to the state championship game and look for a big opportunity tomorrow night. It took an hour-and-a-half rain delay, but we got it done. We're going to be behind schedule the rest of the day, but we appreciate everyone for sticking with us. For Justin Warbler, our producer, he's Dar Danielson. I'm Blake Walker saying so long. We'll be back in a little bit for North Polk and ADM. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau on the Girls Union Digital Network, powered by the Energy Company.